Hello and welcome to Around the Diocese. I'm Father Sight with your local news source for what's happening around our diocese and beyond. This is your February 17th edition, which will feature Mercy in Action and an update concerning the Middle States accreditation for our diocesan Catholic schools. We begin with Mercy in Action, and this week we are focusing on how to extend God's mercy to others. Let's go to the calendar. We all know someone who is struggling with something in his or her life, something small or maybe even something big. Oftentimes a struggle shakes one's faith, and he or she begins to drift away from God and from the church. This week's Selfless Saturday suggests that we extend God's mercy by inviting this person to come to Mass with us. Think about it, pray about it, and most importantly, try to do it. Up next, a big day for all of our diocesan Catholic schools. On Thursday, representatives from each of the 22 schools were presented with their Middle States certificates of accreditation, the culmination of a 3-year process.
So the Middle States accreditation, any accreditation, really shows it's raising the bar. It's telling people that we're holding ourselves to a higher standard. We're expecting that each of our schools and everybody within those schools works feverishly to continue to improve on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on an annual basis. And so to have that distinction, again, as Dr. Tice said, elementary and secondary schools, it's a great distinction to do that. And as a system of private schools, it also shows that we hold excellence in very high regard, and it's an area that we expect to achieve and work for on a daily basis. And so this really holds our feet to the fire as well, to say that although we have received the distinction of accreditation, that's not good enough, that we need to continue every day to improve and work at how we can make our schools a better place for each of the families and the students that are part of that.
Congratulations. This accreditation simply reaffirms the fact that we have fantastic Catholic schools in our diocese. But it is up to us to get the word out there and encourage parents to make the sacrifice, if they can, to send their children to them. Nicole Osavort, Diocesan Social Media Specialist, now brings us this week's Media Minute.
The Diocese of Syracuse is hiring, and in today's Media Minute, we're introducing you to our brand new online job application. Job openings with the Diocese of Syracuse can be found by visiting syrdio.org and clicking on Job Opportunities at the very bottom of the homepage. Here you can review open positions and click to apply online. The new online application is quick and easy. You can even attach a cover letter and a resume to your online app. If you have trouble with the online application, you can easily contact the Diocesan Office of Human Resources at any time for assistance. We hope you'll take a look at the current job openings. We hope you'll join our team.
Thank you, Nicole. And from all of us here from around the diocese, we wish you all the best and many blessings on your marriage, which took place just a few weeks ago. Now, Catherine Long, the editor of the Catholic Sun, gives us a special preview of what we can find in this week's edition.
Thanks, Father. This week in the Catholic Sun, we'll bring you coverage of the Pope's historic meeting in Cuba, plus highlights from his visit to Mexico. We'll also have scenes from Sunday's Rite of Election and some fancy footwork in Utica. As always, be sure to visit thecatholicsun.com every day for the latest local, national, and international Catholic news.
Thank you, Catherine. At the end of our show, we invite you to enjoy the sights and sounds of winter as Father John Rose, director of Christ the King Retreat House and Conference Center, takes us on a virtual retreat. Until next time, I'm Father Sight. Don't forget to subscribe to our show and to share it on your parish website and other social media. And remember, God is doing great things in all of us and all around our diocese. Take care.
As you begin your quiet time, take a few moments to pause, take a few deep breaths, and invite the Holy One to be with you. There are times in our lives when we may lose hope or feel disillusioned about life. Times such as these can stop us short on our journey, we can feel very much alone, we cry out to God, "Where are you?" Our sense of hopelessness confronts us with our own helplessness. We recognize our inability to make ourselves feel better, much less bring about a positive outcome. We are flooded with deep questions. Is this all there is? Why does nothing make sense anymore? It is like we have lost our way. Is that it? Is the feeling of being lost really part of our spiritual journey? Could this feeling be an invitation to look not outside of ourselves, but within ourselves? Was it not because Job saw with his inner eye that amidst the wreckage of his former life, he could say with great conviction, "I know that my Redeemer lives"? And was it not because the prophet Habakkuk was conscious that God was with him, that he could declare out of his gloom, "The sovereign Lord is my strength. He makes my feet like the feet of a deer"? While nothing changed for either of these biblical figures in their external worlds, something changed their inner way of seeing. It had to do with the awareness of a presence that gave them strength and a great light of hope. This presence that we name as Emmanuel, God with us, accompanies us and gives us peace and joy in the challenges of life that are not unlike those of Job and Habakkuk. This presence is a wellspring that sustains us, giving us gladness of heart and a future full of hope. This presence abides in the silent serenity of our heart. It bursts within us a new spirit that is abundant and overflowing. O God, let the presence of your Christ be born within us. Let the Savior bud forth and bless us with hope.